It's about giving a true snapshot of where your business is currently.
Management information is really key in terms of maximising the valuation of a business.
All the banks want the most recent information.
But it's really good to understand how the business is currently operating. Hello everybody, welcome to this water cooler. I'm here with one of our senior valuers, Anil. So today we're going to talk about the importance of MI. So I guess first of all, what is MI?
MI essentially is generated through your software, accounting software, so it can either be generated through Sage or Xero, and it gives us a breakdown of your income and expenditure for the practice in a profit and loss breakdown, essentially.
Okay. So most of that comes from the likes of Xero. So if you've got Xero accounting software, QuickBooks, these are all examples of management information. So MI. So I guess what's the importance of keeping MI on a regular basis and keeping it up to date?
I think the most important thing, if we look to where we are now at this point of the year, if you look at year-end 23 accounts, they're already 12 months out of date. And I think from a valuation perspective, it's about giving a true snapshot of where your business is currently. And as we know, over the last couple of years, there are a lot of practices that have made positive changes through maybe an addition of surgeries or introducing specialisms to the business. And the last set of accounts might not necessarily reflect those positive changes. So we want to make sure when we're valuing your business, we're including all those positive changes that you've made, where the account should be stronger in theory on the back of those changes, resulting in a better valuation in today's time.
And I think management information as well is really good to understand how the business is currently operating.
Yeah.
So on a quarterly basis is reviewing that management information on a top line, but then also a cost of sale line. So I don't know if anybody out there has looked at our benchmarking report. If not, you can find that on our website. So that will go through materials, lab spend, staffing costs. It's always good to review them on a quarterly basis, and management accounts is really key in you being able to do that. That maximises valuations. So valuations are done on profitability, so looking at the top line income but also the expenditure and analysing that moving forward. So management information is really key. And when we're looking at evaluation, so obviously accounts are all historic, so how does looking at MI potentially help in maximising a valuation, and also will banks take into consideration management information?
Sure. So I mean, if you're looking at MI now, I think the easiest example to use would be if you've done a campaign to push your plan, for example. So your recent plan statements might show a 10k increase on what they were the previous year, and if that's the case and we extrapolate and annualize that based on current patient numbers, you're adding 120 grand to the top line, which then trickles down into profit, which is then a better result than for the practice, I'd say, in terms of today. Equally, if you've managed to increase chair occupancy and grow your private element through the specialisms you've introduced, we want to make sure we're including those based on how you trade in today and actually giving that concise breakdown for that incumbent buyer. More from a banking perspective, all the banks want the most recent information, and even the bank's valuers, they're always requesting the last 12 months of fee per item, income. They'll want to see the latest NHS pay statement, plan statements. So it's to make sure then we're appeasing the banks as well with the most current information and making sure nothing's out of date, and nothing disagrees with the valuation we've come up with.
So I think basically to summarise, management information is really key in terms of maximising the valuation of a business, as we can take current performance into account. But it's also key from a buyer's perspective that they can see how the business is operating versus the 2023 accounts, which are already 12 months out of date. So the key is keep management information, update your Xero accountancy, work with your accountant to make sure you can produce the most accurate information. Keep a track of that, look at the benchmarking stats, see where your practice fits in, but ultimately the more latest information that we have, we can maximise the business and give a true picture to a buyer and a value of what you're currently performing at. So Anil, thank you very much, and hope everybody enjoyed this water cooler, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come.